So alright guys, I hope everyone is well. So in today's video we are going to speak about how DXY and Euro USD are correlated. So let's go through it. So DXY and Euro USD correlation. Okay, so first point is they both are inversely correlated. That means that if Euro USD is bullish, DXY should be bearish. Okay, that just means if something is going up, the other must go down, and if something is going down, the other must go up. Okay, if this is Euro, this is DXY. Okay, the same thing, Euro, the DXY. So basically if Euro is bullish, DXY must be bearish, and vice versa. So if Euro USD is a buy, DXY must be a sell, and vice versa. That's what we covered. The third point says we always look at DXY for additional confluence, because sometimes what happens guys is there is, let's say, structure, and the Euro USD structure got broken. Okay, and maybe on DXY there is this overall bearish structure. Okay, and it is about to break. So as this happened on Euro USD, we can assume that most likely this is also gonna get broken. Okay, and most likely you can look at this, and you can also look at this. So whichever does the action first, that's the signal which you get beforehand. Okay, before it does, you can understand what it's going to do. So that's pretty much it guys. We always look at DXY before we trade Euro USD and also other major pairs. Major pairs basically meaning the pairs which is having dollar in it. Okay, so that's your major pairs. Basically guys, there is one thing about Euro USD, and I like it, that Euro USD is one of my favorite pairs. Also you have to accept the fact that it's not gonna be easy all the times. Okay, sometimes some weeks are gonna be not that great, and some weeks are gonna be very great. Okay, everything's confluencing together, everything's giving you a picture perfect setup. But sometimes there are some weeks where nothing basically happens. Okay, there are some weeks where the price is just in a range. Yes, though we can trade a range, but still the price is not developing. Okay, we have to understand the fact that not every day is a trading day, and not every week is a trading week, because as traders we must understand this fact that capital preservation is more important than taking trades. Okay, capital preservation is very important, because if you trade where firstly there is no trade setup, what is going to happen is most likely you're not gonna win that overall trade. That's what I mean. Okay, if you, okay, sorry for that, if you are trading when there is nothing clear, if you don't understand something, if you tend to force something, most likely that's going to be a loss. That's my case guys. Okay, and also most of the times if you go against the structure, if you go against the higher time frame analysis, that's going to be a loser. So we have to consider this fact that there should be everything aligning together for a picture perfect trade setup. So let's get on some charts and let's see what exactly I mean. So basically this is Euro USD, and what happened over here is overall we had this bearish move down, then we had this retracement, we had this bearish move down. Okay, this is 19th of February, this base, and this is what, 9th of March. So we had this move down here, and then we had this massive move up. So let's try to understand like why exactly this moved from there. So if we just go on the weekly time frame, we will understand that this kind of, it kind of filled this gap, the wick over here, it kind of touched that and then had this massive impulse to the upside. Okay, so that's what happened with Euro USD, and then we had some rejections based off of this. Maybe there is something on the lower time frame where it rejected off of, and that's why we came down. There is an order block maybe on the lower time frame, but you see what happened, this overall highs. Okay, so much of liquidity guys, so much of liquidity got taken. Whenever there is big liquidity, this is from 5th August till 30th of December, and also these days everything got taken over here. Because let's say someone who is having a trend line and selling at these levels must have the stop loss above there. So this is the manipulation which happened over there, and that's when we came down. So the trend is still bearish, though this happened, every trader was like, yo, Euro USD is a buy now. Okay, but as this broke this previous low, that's bearish still. So that's what I mean to say. So now let's take a look at DXY. Okay, let's take a look at DXY, the same time frame as daily. So see this point, this is 9th of March and this is 19th and 20th of Feb. That's what we talked about in the previous Euro USD. This is 19th of March, this is what, 9th of March, and this is 19th of Feb. So basically what happened on EU, same happened over here. So basically on EU, what we see is exactly the same, but in a inverse way. So as DXY has this higher high, if you look at Euro USD, this has a lower low. Okay guys, this has a lower low. So what I mean to say is, guys, whenever you're trading Euro USD, okay, whenever you're trading basically Euro USD, guys, okay, this is more to do with Euro USD. DXY is more to do with Euro USD because it respects so nicely that I can't even stress about it. Sometimes it's not going to be that clean, but majority of the times what Euro USD is going to do, okay, and if you watch DXY, you will see that most of the times it's inverse. Okay, the correlation is inverse. So guys, whenever we have a trade setup, let's say for instance we have a trade setup and let's say we are on the 30-minute time frames. Okay, you see this high got manipulated and this is the order block which we have was untested. Okay, this order block was untested. So if we just take this to the right side, like just reduce this and something like just take it big. Okay, so you see exact mitigation happened over there, and that's when we came down. So we had equal highs which perfectly got taken, and that's when we came down. So this is, everything is price engineering, we already know that. So also if we take a look at the DXY, you see it's kind of the same price action. You see it's kind of the same price action. So what I mean by that is, whenever we trade Euro USD, we always take a look at the DXY, and whenever you're also dealing with some major pairs, you have to take a look at the DXY. So basically let's say the Euro USD, the AUD USD, the NZD USD, the AUD USD. So what I mean is, whenever you have a currency pair, let's say for instance you have EU, you have AU, you have GU, okay, you have NU, NZD USD, you have what else, like let's say these four pairs. So let's say this is DXY. So basically what's going to happen is, if these are going up, okay, this is going to come down, okay, and also you have UJ, which is USD JPY, UF, which is USD CHF, UC meaning USD CAD. So whenever this is going down, this is going to go down as well. So this is a positive correlation between DXY and these three, and this is a negative correlation between DXY and EU, AU, GU, NU, and if I'm not missing something, maybe there is something, NZD USD. Okay, that's covered. Alright, so that's pretty much cleared, guys, but I highly recommend you all to check DXY when you're dealing with Euro USD and USD CHF, because that's the powerful correlation. Sometimes it's gonna do different. Let's say you're checking DXY and also you're trading USD CAD. So sometimes the CAD is influenced by the oil and stuff, that's why it doesn't correlate perfectly. But whenever you're dealing with Euro USD, you have to take a look at DXY, okay, because you're gonna have so much of confluence whenever you're trading with the DXY and Euro USD. So pretty much, guys, let's say this is your chart. As I explained, higher highs being seen over here. This was the order block which had the mitigation. So if we just take a look at this was what, 16th of March 2020. Let's go on Euro USD and let's see what happened. So you see exactly it's the same order block but just inverse. 16th of March 2020. You see that? Now let's talk about this spike. This is your 15th of March and this is your 1st May. See, 15th of March and 1st May. So you see now how powerful is the correlation between DXY and the Euro USD. So that's pretty much it for this video, guys. That's like the best thing which we can do is whenever we are trading Euro USD, we always have to take a look at the USD the dollar index, pretty much DXY, because that's gonna give you so much of idea that just Euro USD won't give you. Okay, and that's just taking multiple confluences of the structure and the correlation. So let's also take a look at some trades, guys, because let's see if we did have some trades over here. So I remember, guys, that I had drawn this maybe, and I had said that we have equal lows and we have this order block which most likely can be tested. Maybe the price was over here. When I created the earlier videos, I said price is gonna mostly come down here and then we might get a reaction to the upside. So see, that's what happened. And if you see, the price stopped at this imbalance. But what is that imbalance? Let's see. So as I spoke, that imbalance was the 30-minute order block. And also one thing is, if you take a look at that order block, it was landing in your premium side. You see, everything above 50% is your premium side. So just touch that order block over here and that's when we came down. So also one thing I mean is, see, if you take a look at that 30-minute order block, that was over here. Okay, maybe this, but this is your M45 order block, the whole blue candle that got mitigated once, missed over here. But see, even though the M45 mitigated, the price still went till that M30 order block. So that's pretty much it for this video, guys. I hope to see you all in the next video. Take care, guys.